Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Join me today as we explore the life of James A. Garfield, the 20th President of the United States. Discover how this scholar and Civil War hero navigated the challenges of the presidency, championed civil service reform, and advocated for education and civil rights. Let's delve into the life and legacy of a leader whose intellectual prowess and moral integrity left an indelible mark on American history. James Abram Garfield was born on November 19, 1831, in a log cabin in Orange Township, Ohio, now Moreland Hills. He was the youngest of 5 children born to Abram Garfield, a farmer and canal worker, and Eliza Ballou Garfield. His father died when James was only 18 months old, leaving his mother to raise the family in poverty. Eliza Garfield was a strong and determined woman who instilled in her children the values of hard work and education. Despite their financial struggles, she ensured that James received an education. Garfield worked various jobs, including as a carpenter and canal driver, to support himself and pay for his schooling. Garfield's thirst for knowledge led him to attend several schools, eventually enrolling at the Western Reserve Eclectic Institute, now Hiram College, in Ohio. He later attended Williams College in Massachusetts, where he graduated with honors in 1856. After completing his education, Garfield returned to the Eclectic Institute as a teacher and later became its principal. In 1858, Garfield married Lucretia Rudolph, a former student and daughter of a prosperous farmer. The couple had 7 children: Eliza, Harry, James, Mary, Irvin, Abram, and Edward. Lucretia, known as Crete, was a supportive partner and played a significant role in Garfield's personal and professional life. Garfield's interest in politics grew alongside his career in education. He studied law and was admitted to the bar in 1861. That same year, he was elected to the Ohio State Senate as a member of the Republican Party. His political career was soon interrupted by the outbreak of the Civil War. Garfield joined the Union Army in 1861, initially as a lieutenant colonel of the 42nd Ohio Volunteer Infantry. He quickly rose through the ranks due to his leadership and strategic abilities. Garfield's most notable military achievement came at the Battle of Middle Creek in Kentucky, where he led his troops to a significant victory. By 1863, he had achieved the rank of Major General. In 1862, while still serving in the Army, Garfield was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. He reluctantly resigned his commission and took his seat in Congress, where he served for nearly 18 years. During his time in Congress, Garfield became known for his oratory skills, his commitment to civil rights, and his advocacy for economic and educational reforms. Garfield was a strong supporter of Reconstruction and worked to protect the rights of freed slaves. He also championed the gold standard and opposed the use of greenbacks, or paper currency not backed by gold. In 1880, Garfield attended the Republican National Convention as a supporter of John Sherman for the presidential nomination. However, after 35 ballots, the convention was deadlocked and Garfield emerged as a compromise candidate. He was nominated on the 36th ballot and went on to win the election against Democratic candidate Winfield Scott Hancock. One of Garfield's primary goals as president was to reform the civil service system, which was plagued by corruption and patronage. He sought to implement a merit-based system for government appointments and reduce the influence of political patronage. Garfield's efforts to clean up the civil service faced resistance from powerful political factions, but he remained committed to his principles. Garfield was a strong advocate for education and believed in the importance of intellectual development for the nation's progress. He supported federal funding for education and promoted policies to improve the nation's educational system. Additionally, Garfield favored sound money policies and sought to reduce the national debt. Garfield's short time in office saw limited foreign policy initiatives, but he did express interest in expanding American influence and trade. He supported efforts to build a canal across Central America and strengthen ties with Latin American countries. Garfield's presidency was tragically cut short on July 2, 1881, when he was shot by Charles J. Guiteau, a disgruntled office seeker, at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in Washington. D.C. Garfield survived the initial attack, but suffered from infections and complications due to inadequate medical treatment. He endured a painful and prolonged illness before succumbing to his injuries on September 19, 1881, just 6 months into his term. Garfield was known for his intellectual curiosity, integrity, and dedication to public service. He was a devout Christian and a member of the Disciples of Christ, a denomination that emphasized education and social justice. His commitment to learning and moral principles shaped his approach to leadership and governance. Garfield's marriage to Lucretia was characterized by mutual respect and partnership. Lucretia played an active role in his political career, providing support and counsel. Despite the challenges they faced, including the tragic loss of their children, the couple maintained a strong and loving relationship. James A. Garfield's presidency, though brief, left a lasting impact on the nation. His efforts to reform the civil service laid the groundwork for future reforms, including the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act of 1883. Garfield's commitment to education and civil rights reflected his belief in the importance of intellectual and social progress. Garfield's tragic assassination highlighted the need for better security and medical care for public officials. His death also underscored the dangers of political patronage and the need for a more merit-based civil service system. Garfield was one of the most intellectually accomplished presidents, having excelled in academia and public speaking. He was a skilled orator and debater known for his eloquence and ability to articulate complex ideas. His speeches and writings continue to be studied for their rhetorical and intellectual merit. Throughout his political career, Garfield was a staunch advocate for civil rights and equality. He supported Reconstruction policies and worked to protect the rights of freed slaves. His commitment to civil rights was evident in his congressional speeches and his efforts to promote social justice. James A. Garfield's life and presidency represent a story of resilience, intellect, and dedication to public service. From his humble beginnings in Ohio to his rise as a scholar, military leader, and president, Garfield's journey is a testament to the power of education and moral conviction. While his presidency was tragically cut short, Garfield's efforts to reform the civil service and promote education and civil rights left a lasting legacy. His story serves as an enduring reminder of the importance of integrity, intellectual curiosity, and a commitment to the common good. Want to learn more? Here are some recommended books on James A. Garfield: Destiny of the Republic, A Tale of Madness, Medicine, and the Murder of a President by Candace Millard. This gripping account by Candace Millard explores Garfield's life, his assassination, and the medical malpractice that contributed to his death. Garfield, a biography by Alan Peskin. Alan Peskin's comprehensive biography provides an in-depth look at Garfield's life, political career, and presidency. The Garfield Conspiracy by Owen Dwyer. This book delves into the political intrigue surrounding Garfield's assassination and its impact on American politics. James A. Garfield by Ira Rutkow. Part of the American Presidents series, this concise biography by Ira Rutkow offers an accessible overview of Garfield's life and presidency. The Unexpected President, The Life and Times of Chester A. Arthur by Scott S. Greenberger. While primarily about Garfield's successor, Chester A. Arthur, this book provides valuable context about Garfield's presidency and the political environment of the time. Many thanks for subscribing and listening to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Your ongoing engagement is deeply appreciated. For additional resources, visit ancestralfindings.com. There you can grab a free genealogy ebook, request a free genealogy lookup, and even participate in our weekly historical postcard giveaway. From me, Will Moneymaker, and all of us at Ancestral Findings, thank you for being an integral part of our family history community since 1995. Happy searching.